Recording in progress.
Good evening, bright hearts. It's not enough. Let's make it two groups, left and right. Let's see who will wish louder. Left side. Right side. Okay, let's go together. Superb. That's a great energy we have in this room. Welcome to our Bright Hearts Toastmasters meeting number 32. I am Manikumar, the Sergeant at Arms for this meeting. Let me introduce about the Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a non-profit educational organization that builds communication and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs, like how we conduct. So are you all with me to see and hear about what special we have in today's meeting? Yes. Great. You can all see all the glowing awards of Bright Hearts, where you will get an intro of it. What is it all? Before that, let me share some meeting ground rules. Can you guess the new organ of your body or the sound or noise producing device? Can you please ensure either to keep it in silence or keep it in switched off? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you share a thumbs up if you're all done? Perfect. So that's our rule number 1. And the second, make sure if you want to move from the room in between, ensure that you are moving only during the applause or the transitions and avoid movements speaker is speaking on stage. And when you all have to get down from the stage or come up, ensure you are giving a fist bump to the speaker or a handshake protocol. Ensure you are not leaving this Toastmaster stage empty. Is it clear? And next important one, the mic. There are mics over there. You can do it in 3 steps. Pick the mic, click it. There is a button. Just click the mic and hold it to your shirt and release it. Pick, click, release. Are we good? Okay. And refreshments, the water, it's the back side, and the washrooms towards your left-hand side from the room. Are we all good with our simple rules for this today's meeting? Yes. Can I hear some noise? Yes. Super. So with that, let me introduce our presiding officer of the day, who is a software professional by profession and a Toastmaster by heart. Our district champion in evaluation, international speech contest, and also runs a humble bumble book club. Put your hands together in welcoming our president of the day, Toastmaster Akshay Abraham Oman.
Thank you so much, Mani. Good afternoon, everyone. How you feeling? Good. I'm feeling a little under the weather. I started this new routine of overnight oats. So it's very easy to prep. How many of you have prepped overnight oats before? Right? It's the easiest thing. Like a little bit of rolled oats, some yogurt, some milk, just put it in the fridge. And the next morning, you can just eat it. But did you know it's really cold? Like really cold. And that's exactly what I'm going through right now. Had the overnight oats in the morning and I've been sniffy ever since, but hopefully I'll survive. For those of you who are new, which as I can see, none of you are, Bright Hearts Toastmasters is an established club. At this point in our 10-year tenure, we have bagged numerous accolades. I think for the first time ever, especially post Crescendo, we were bestowed with a number of awards, a lot of them right here. So the purpose of these awards is twofold. Firstly, to show all of you how great we are. But the second important takeaway from this is that I want each of you at some point in the meeting, either during the break, at the end, to look at these awards and ask questions. If this says Spirit of 121, I want you all to ask me or any officer, what does Spirit of 121 mean, right? So by the end of today's meeting, I want each member to have a full understanding of what these awards are, right? Because we worked really hard for each and every one of them. And it's very important that we understand what they do. There are no guests in the room today, which is great because the less guests they are, or the less guests, oh my God, the less guests there are, the more time we have for everyone's most enjoyable activity since the last meeting, which is MOM quiz. So Mani, can you please open up the crossword? For those of you who haven't read the MOM yet, please feel free to open it up on Instagram. For members of the club, the MOM is already available on our WhatsApp group. For guests and incoming members, this activity will be optional, but feel free to participate if you feel you are ready. I'll give everyone a minute to read through the MOM. Timer, can we have 60 seconds on the clock? And raise a red card once 60 seconds are done. Actually, let's make that 120 seconds. 120 seconds. This is the MOM for meeting 31. Online audience, Bulbul, you will also be part of this quiz. So I hope you're reading the MOM as well. In case you're wondering, yes, this crossword is hard. There are going to be some tough ones, but good attempts will be considered as answers as well. Timer, please let me know when 2 minutes are over. Abhumika, everyone's reading the MOM, so feel free. Did it? Did read. Okay, you've got about 60 seconds. Lovely to see everyone solving it together. That is 100% allowed. Work with your club members to crack the entire crossword. It is available on the screen as well. I'll be very impressed if some people get 5 down. 5 down really killed me, but I'll be very, very happy if someone gets that one. Usha, have you read the MOM? Oh, you are 100% part of it, my friend. Every single person here is. So please open up your phone. Look at the MOM if required.
Going to switch Wi-Fi.
Sure, no problem. This will stay on, so it's okay. All right, time is up. Let's start with Sumit. Sumit, across 1. What did Abhishek? All right, Vishnu. Apocalypse is the correct answer. Wonderful. Can we switch back to the crossword, please? Let's move on next to Malam. Malam, 1 down. What did Elango say he would love to relive for its carefree fun. One down. School days is the right answer. Wonderful job. All right. Let's go to down 3, which is for Twin Shoe. Twin Shoe, what habit did Bhumika say makes her day feel perfect? Not sure? All right. Open up the MOM and let's figure out that answer. Meanwhile, Sumit, what did Abhishek ask members to bring instead of money during rhetoric roulette? You have a clue? Any idea? What? Any guess as of now? Not sure? So I'll give you a clue. The exact word is written in the write-up for Abhishek. The exact word. I'm going to circle back to you, Sumit. Let's turn next to Devsha. Devsha, down 4. What was Abe surprised to crack even though he was sure he would fail? Incorrect. That's not the right word we're looking for. I'll circle back to you. Twin Shoe. Abik, yes. Twin Shoe. Bhumika, what would make her day feel perfect? Sorry? Yes, but there's a minutes of meeting which you can open on the WhatsApp group. Let's open that really quickly. Sumit, circling back to you. What did Abhishek ask members to bring instead of money during rhetoric roulette? I acknowledge the card. We will be going over time. Back to the crossword, please. Devsha, circling back to you. What was Abe surprised to crack even though he was sure he'd fail? The exact word is written in his write-up. Abik, yes, Abik. A-B-H-I-K. Placement? Yes. It's a crossword, Devsha. Exact words matter. Let's go back to Twin Shoe. Twin Shoe, what habit did Bhumika say makes her day feel perfect? That is how, my brother, look at how many squares are there. It's a crossword, not an essay. Sumit, back to you. Across 1, what did Abhishek ask members to bring instead of money during rhetoric roulette? Spontaneity is the right answer. Well done. Well done. Who has not felt violated yet? Gautam Surishetty. Down 5. What kind of life did Deepak imagine living 200 years ago? This was a tough one. What kind of life did Deepak... One word is correct, but what's the full? Farmer, and then there are 4 words left. 4 letters left. What kind of life did Deepak imagine living 200 years ago? I'll circle back to Twin Shoe. Twin Shoe, what was Abe surprised to crack even though he was sure? No, I'm sorry. Twin Shoe, what habit did Bhumika say makes her day feel perfect? Professional is not the right word, Twin Shoe. So it's not personal either. So one thing I can say, Twin Shoe, it's 3 down. The word starts with D. If I'm correct, the word starts with D. D for dog. What habit did Bhumika say makes her day feel perfect? Let's come back to Gautam. Gautam, what kind of life did Deepika imagine living 200 years ago? So you've got, yeah, sorry, Deepika. Deepak. It's just a 4-letter word. I know it's a very tough one, but I'll give you a clue. That 4-letter word is actually there in the question itself. Farmer, and then 4-letter word. It's there in the question itself. I'll circle back to you. Twin Shoe. Discipline is the right answer. Well done. So we're left with just 1, which is what kind of life did Deepak imagine living 200 years ago? I believe Sayuj. Okay, Madhav has an answer. Farmer life is the right answer. All right. Lovely. Exhilarating. Right? But we managed to solve the crossword together. I'll reiterate this again and again. And this is based off something that happened in Crescendo. How many of you were there in Crescendo? Raise your hands. What is the one thing Dhananjay Hetariachi said? He said, before you become a champion on stage, you have to be a champion off stage. If this is a platform where you want to come to just talk, that's not enough. That's not enough in any Toastmasters club. That's especially not enough at Bright Hearts. In Bright Hearts, we come here, we speak, we use this platform, but when we are off the stage, we respect the work that every single officer puts into these. You know how long this takes to make? Roughly an hour and a half, Anmol, sometimes 2 hours. right? The one thing I want every single member to take away on a weekly basis going forward is that these need to be read. Because unless you're a champion off stage, all this doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. Is that clear? Lovely. On that note, I would like to declare meeting 32 of Bright Arts Toastmasters open. Today's meeting is going to involve a lot of twists and turns. Why? Because riddles are essentially twists and turns. You're given questions which twist and turn your brain. Our Toastmaster of the day works in cyber security by profession. In her free time, she loves to trek. And more importantly, she's here in Bright Hearts Toastmasters in order to become a more effective public speaker and communicator. Give it up for the Toastmaster of the day for meeting 32 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters, Toastmaster Usha Kumari.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I'll be your Toastmaster for the day. My name is Usha Kumari M. So, let me introduce you to what actually an ideal Toastmaster meeting looks like firstly. An ideal Toastmaster meeting has three sections. One is the prepared speech sessions, the second is the table topic section, and the third is the evaluation section. In the first section, all the prepared speakers will come onto the stage and deliver the speech. The second session, the table topic master will give you a topic, pick anyone randomly, and encourage you to do impromptu speaking. The third session will be the evaluation session, where the speakers will be evaluated based on the public speaking skills, and they will be given feedback accordingly. Now, coming to the theme of the day, I'm going to tickle your mind, sharpen your wit, and keep everyone guessing, because the theme of today is riddles. So, are you all ready to have some giggles and riddles with me? Great. Fine. So, how it's gonna be, I'll be displaying a question here, and you'll have to raise your hands, whoever wants to answer. Please maintain pin drop silence. Raise your hands once you read the question, and I'm going to pick any one of you randomly, give you some seconds to answer. If you answer it right, you win a goodie. If you don't answer it right, the question will be going to the other person. Only two people at a time, I'm going to give you the chance. So, how it's going to look like? Mani, can you go to the next? Yeah. So, for example, the question I ask will be, what has hands but can't clap? Okay. So, people raise hands and I say, yes, Debsha. Can you answer? Clock. So, that's the right. And then she wins. Okay. And everyone have to clap. So, this is how the format would be. With that said, let me ask you a very simple riddle for today, which is related to our Toastmasters. What's the role that listens carefully, offers invaluable, offers valuable insights, and helps you grow? Any guesses? Yes, Suri Shetty. No. Okay, I'll repeat. What role listens carefully, offers valuable insights, and helps you grow? Yes. Yeah. Evaluator, general evaluator. With that said, let me introduce you to the general evaluator of the day, Anmol Rao.
Good evening, everybody. I will be the general evaluator for today's meeting. I will evaluate the meeting from the start to the end of the meeting, including the speakers and the table topic section as well. But to do this, I have a team. I will be calling upon my team members who are taking on different roles and who will help me along with different aspects like the timing and our counter and grammarian as well. Uh, I'd now like to call upon the timer, Sangam.
Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green card, yellow card, and the red card. Every participant will get a grace of 30 seconds after I show the red card. So those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech time. Icebreaker speeches should be of length 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll show green card. At 5 minutes, I'll show yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I will show red card. Other speeches should be of length 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. I At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at the 7 minutes, I'll show the red. After that, the individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I will show green cards. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card, and at 3 minutes, I will show the red card. After that, for table topic speakers, they should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, I will show the green card. 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will show yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will show the red card. And for the tag reports, there should be 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will show the red card. So I'll present my report when called upon by the general evaluation at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sangam. I'd now like to call upon the R counter, Gautam Suviseti.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Today I will be taking the accounter role. As an accounter, I will be listening to all the speakers as well as table topic speakers, and I will note down all the crutch words, repetitive words, impromptu pauses, and filler words mentioned by all these speakers. Crutch words are something which are said unintentionally, like and and crutch and also repetitive words. Some people has tendency to repeat the words in between the speeches, so I will also note down those. And impromptu pauses, like let's say when you are on stage and you forgot something and you kept on silent for some time, I will also note down those. And all the filler words like and so on. Right, with this I will be back with my report once called by the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Gautam. I'd now like to call upon the grammarian, Aditya.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters and Okay, there are no guests for today. But what a lovely weather, what a lovely theme, especially riddles and giggles. But there's one riddle that I haven't been able to solve all my life, ever since I was born. And even today, I saw it while driving on the road. Why, in every city in India, across every major signal and every street, do you find a single chappal and not in a pair? If you can help me solve that riddle, then that would be great. Because whenever I go out, I usually find one single isolated chappal on the road, never in a pair. Right? So, moving from puzzles and puns to today's session, which I will be spotting as a grammarian, what kind of puns and what kind of correct usage you do. So, as the role of a grammarian, I'll be taking note of correct and incorrect usage of English language. And also, I'll be giving out the word of the day. So, for the word of the day today is perplexed. All of us have been using perplexity daily in our lives today. So, today's work is perplexed, which means a state of confusion, uh, which is aroused by a situation. So for example, you can consider students were perplexed after listening to what the teacher had to say. So this is one example, and I encourage everyone to use the word of the day. With that, once called upon the evaluator at the end of the session, I'll be giving my report. So back to you.
Thank you so much, Aditya. Now I'd like to call upon a special role, which will be done by Elango Krishnamurthy.
Good evening, Toastmasters, my dear guest. As your meme masters, I will be I will be silently observing entire this meeting, like the relatives who watch entire the family drama but never say a single word until is Shadi. This meeting is filled with giggles, and I will bring you silent quiz. I will perform 3 to 5 short memes based on which speaker said or did. Your job, just find out which speaker or the moment which I'm mimicking. If you see me frantically, I'm warming up like Rama spotted Pani Puri in weddings. He said, "Wow, Pani Puri!" Or dramatically collapsing. Who's heard it? Who's heard it? Ravana, your appraisal getting delay again. You will know. I will relive those Toastmasters iconic moment. So stay alert, not just with your ears, your eyes too, because your answers lies on gestures, giggles, and great guessings. Hand over to Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Elango. That was a very nice explanation. That was my team. And when called upon again by the Toastmaster of the day, I will present my report.
Thank you. Thank you. Is this Simon? So this is a pointer. Just don't go beyond that. So the recording is good. Now riddles have evolved over the ages. We've always had riddles even during our great grandfather's age. Even in the king's age, riddles were one of the technique to appoint someone. Uh, Apart from the physical strength of any kingsman, they would test the intellectual part of a person by using riddles. Tenali Rama and Birbal were such great personalities who had sharp IQs, who would help the king to identify which person is best suited for their kingdom in terms of intellectual. Now, we all understand riddle has its own advantages because It helps you analyze, it helps you improve your analysis skills, reasoning skills, and also improves your focus. This will help in your brain development. With that said, let me quickly ask one riddle, and I want you all to raise your hands. Okay? What has head, has a tail, but has no legs? Okay, there we stop for the hand raising. No more hands to be raised. Twin shoe. No more hands. Yes. Good. You can. There you go. You can pass. So the next question on the screen for you. You have to raise your hands quickly. I'm a silent teacher. I eat words, but I stay dumb. No hands there. It can't get that easy as the first two questions. It's gonna get tougher and tougher. Yes. Uh, Not really. So yeah. Yes, Ilango. I'm a silent teacher. Very close. You all are very close. Yes. No, I eat words. Eat. Eraser to some extent, but that's a very good thing. No, no, very close, very close. Yes, Akshay, you were raising your hand. Oh, very close. Dumb, 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 dumb. It's bookworm. Bookworm, bookworm. So let's go to the next question quickly. What has to be broken before you can use it? Very simple. I think I gave you the, oh, that was example, right? Yes, Surish Shetty. What has? No, I think you don't have to break it into pieces, right? You can just put a hole. I will not. You're very close, but not the answer. There. You have to like break it completely. Only then you can use it. Wow, you have to break it completely. Yes, Vishnu. Thank you. Yeah. With this, I would like to invite the first speaker of today, who's giving his first icebreaker speech, Sumit Ranjan. All the best. Sumit Ranjan. Oh, sorry. I'll leave. Sorry. With that, sorry for that. With that, first, let me invite the evaluator for today, Madhav Bansal.
Good evening, bright hearts. Today, my target speaker, Sumit, is attempting his first speech, that is, icebreaker speech, Project 1, Level 1. The purpose of his speech is to introduce himself to the club and to learn the basic structure of public speak. With that, I wish all the best to the speaker, and I request all the audience to give a standing ovation once the speaker completes his speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhav. And let's invite the first speaker, Sumit Ranjan. Sumit Ranjan. Sumit Ranjan, from mathematics to markets, my journey through numbers. From mathematics to markets, my journey through numbers, Sumit Ranjan.
Thank you, Usha. From mathematics to markets, my journey through numbers. Good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmaster and guests. I was born and brought up in Patna, the capital city of Bihar, a city that often grabs headlines, not always for the right reasons. Yes, Patna can be chaotic, crowded, and often misunderstood. But it is also where I learned some of life's most important lessons: how to stay grounded, how to hustle, and how to dream, even when the world around you seems limited. Growing up in Patna wasn't easy. We studied through power cuts using candles and emergency lights. Monsoons meant muddy roads, flooded lanes, and school shoes soaked beyond repair. And if you've ever crossed a road in Patna during peak hours, you will understand what it means to survive chaos. But amidst this madness, there was one thing which I truly looked forward to: mathematics. While most kids in my school ran away from numbers, I ran towards them. I genuinely enjoyed solving complex mathematical problems. The tougher the question, the more exciting it was for me. That feeling when hours of struggle led to one elegant solution was unmatched. By high school, I had unofficially become the maths guy of the class. Friends would come to me before exams if they couldn't get hold of the professors. I wasn't the most talkative guy in the class, but when it came to integration and probability, I had everyone's attention. Now in Patna, when you are good at maths, your career is often already decided: engineering. So naturally, when I finished my high school, I joined engineering college. College was a whole new world. I remember one particular instance during my first year. A maths professor walked in, scanned the classroom, and said, "If you think maths ends in class 12, you are in the wrong place." While everyone around me groaned, I smiled. College gave me further structure to my problem solving abilities. It refined how I thought, how I approached problems. It is also the place which changed me a lot as a person, and I made some long lasting friendships and memories. But gradually, something changed. Instead of being curious about levers and pulleys, I found myself more curious about systems beyond machines. I started wondering, how do banks decide who gets a loan? How is risk measured? And perhaps the most dramatic of them all, why do markets crash? I remember watching The Big Short for the first time, expecting a boring finance documentary. Instead, I got Margot Robbie in a bathtub explaining subprime mortgages, credit default swaps, celebrity cameos, and fund managers betting against the entire US housing market. It was chaotic, confusing, a little ridiculous, and I couldn't look away. That's when I realized maybe my love for numbers didn't have to end with equations. Maybe it could lead to something more real, maybe more real, more unpredictable, something related to finance. One turning point was during a college fest where we had to present a business idea. While everyone in my group focused on marketing strategy, I drove deep into the financials: balance sheet, profit margins, risk analysis, and break-even points. That planted the seed for higher study. So I did an MBA and afterward entered the world of finance. Suddenly, the problems weren't in textbooks and well defined. They were dynamic, real, and unpredictable. Today, I work at Angel Oak Capital, where I build financial models and help manage clients' investments. Every number I touch represents someone's decisions, a business plan, or even a family's future. It is still maths, but now with real world consequences. Earlier, I worked with firms like JP Morgan, Edelweiss Financial Services, and American Express. This stint has added new layers to my journey. Aren't the only part of my life. I try to keep things balanced. Outside of work, I enjoy playing cricket and badminton. And recently, in a move I still can't believe, I've joined dance classes. Imagine someone who has spent most of his life solving equations now trying to solve choreography. Let's just say I'm still debugging my two left feet. Beyond this, I have a deep interest in financial markets and the broader macroeconomic environment. While I can talk about interest rate hikes, Trump's tariffs, and fiscal policies with genuine excitement when speaking in person, but surprisingly, when it comes to speaking in front of a large audience, I find myself struggling. I can confidently present a complex Excel model in a boardroom, but give me a mic and a crowd, I often go blank. That is what has brought me to Toastmasters. I didn't want to be just the guy who is good with spreadsheet. I want to connect, to share stories, listen, and grow. From the noisy lanes of Patna to global financial desks, It has been a journey shaped by patience, number, and reinvention. And if there is one thing I've learned, it's this. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is how curious you remain, how often you adapt, and how open you are to learning something new. Thank you.
That was a great speech. Sumit, you took me to the memory lane where once upon a time, even I thought that I want to do my master's in maths for the love of numbers. Well, coming back to our second round of quiz. Now, riddles have evolved over time, as I said. Uh, they were initially, small sentences where you would find, who am I? Now, the second set of riddles would basically, over the time, it will ask you more intellectual questions. So, riddles, I'll show you some more new type of riddles where I want you to answer this. These are more of a sentence or it'll trick your logical reasoning skills. A man has two sons. One was born in May and the other in June. But they are twins. How is that possible? Four hands, five hands. Stop. Midnight. No. Even if they are midnight again, it'll go to another day, right? You'll go to June. Yes, Akshay.
One child was born on May 31st and 1999 in India,
Huh?
and the second child came on June 1st, 12. Sorry, one child was born at 11:59 p.m. on May 21st,
Huh?
and at 12 a.m. on June 1st, the second child came. Minute apart.
Yeah, they are minute apart. Sure answer. Because May and June are the names of their mothers and fathers. One was born in May and the other in June, but they are twins. It's nowhere related to the mother and father. So they are twins. Yeah. May. Next question. Okay, this is going to be very easy. This will just tickle the reasoning skills. That's it. You have a candle, a wood stove, and a glass lamp. You have only one matchstick. Which do you light first? Sneha. Yeah. This is easy. Next. Okay. Two people are born. Again, this is going to be same thing. Two people are born at the same moment. Two people are born at the same moment, okay? But their birthdays are not the same. 11:55 tuck. Both are born. You exactly time zones. You gave the answer. Show me the answer. They're born in different time zones. Okay, one quiz related to today's session of the speaker that we just the first round of speaker and evaluator. What was common between them? What was common between them? Come on, be more. I want some good answers, not physically. No. Something related to Toastmasters. No. Yes, Suresh. Right. See? So with that said, thank you. With that said, let's move to the second speaker. But before that, let me invite the second evaluator, Sneha Maselkar.
Good evening, Toastmasters. My target speaker is attempting her final speech in level one, that is level one, project five. The timing of her speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of this project is to apply feedback received in her last speech. She would be attempting this online. With this, I wish my target speaker all the very best. Thank you.
So the second speaker, Bulbul Bansal, my unlikely ally, Bulbul Bansal. Bulbul, just to check, am I audible?
Yes, you are, but the internet is breaking in between. So, am I audible? Fine.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
audible and clearly visible too.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever planned something so perfect and so detailed that you could practically see it unfolding like a movie in your head? Well, in my version, I was the star. New life, new city, new friends, freedom in the air, and a little bit of music for the effect. But life, life is life, right? So, my life had a different playlist. It had Trim Gym. Yes, long, oily hair, a human version of Google, and a shared bucket. My dreams were doomed, literally. You see, I always wanted to study outside my hometown. After 10th, I was so desperate that I chose science just because there was no science college in my city. But life stepped in and pushed me towards commerce. My parents made a deal: clear the CPT, the first step towards CA, and then you are ready to go out. Challenge accepted. CPT clear, backpacked, and I was ready for the Bollywood college montage. Well, I was not going alone. Four of my friends were coming too. I, with my two other best friends, Megha and Saloni, planned to stay together. But betrayal happened again. Their parents decided them to live with their relatives. I thought it's okay. I still have Anchal to live with. We went to the hostel. The in charge said, "Sorry, no bed available." Our dad started making calls like they are booking a VIP ticket for a Coldplay concert. Finally, after few calls and little bit of convincing, they arranged two bed, one for Rimjim and one for me. Achal was left in a giant hall. It was called Doom, where you need to stay with 10 other girls until they find a bed in a room. So, let me introduce my new roommate, Rimjim. Imagine the most studious person you have ever met in your life. Multiply it by 10. That's her. Hair always soaked in oil, tight bread, eyes glued in book, and memory so sharp that she could probably tell which punctuation mark Shakespeare has used in her page 147. No fun, no friends, no freedom, no Bollywood, no drama. Cherry on top, her dad was friend with mine. I thought, great. Not only do I have to live with a robot, but also that comes with a CCTV surveillance directly connected to my parents. We were total opposite. She was an early bird who likes to study. early in the morning with cooler off. I was the person who was a night owl who needed the cooler with full blast to even look at my books. We fought over everything, the cooler on off daily drama. A bucket, a shared bucket. She needed it to soak the clothes, I needed it for the shower. Timing was the war. Cupboard space, let's not even go there. It was not just the discomfort, I resented her because she was not my choice. She was the reason I couldn't live with Achal. And Achal, on the other hand, she was enjoying the best hostel life possible. Whenever I talked to her, she was like, we were wake up till 3 o'clock in the morning, watching movies, eating bhel puri and Maggie, and whatnot. Where I was living with Rimjim, who was reciting text laws like bedtime stories, she found herself in a shopping mall. Great. I begged my parents for a room change. They were like, oh no, you are with Rimjim. She is so sincere. We are tension free. Tension free for them, mental gymnastic for me. But something strange began to happen. While I hated her, I was also impressed. She studied 8 hours a day after coaching. I looked at her and thought, if this genius needs 8 hours, I probably need 16. A weird competition started inside me. I began to study more, not to beat her, be like her, but to beat her. Eventually, the moment came when the result was out. I cleared it with good marks. My twist, my dream roommate, Achal, was not able to clear it. That time it hit me. The person I resented the most was the reason behind my success. Rimjim never lectured or she never competed, but she did her thing, which eventually impressed me to do mine. I went to Raipur to chase freedom, fun, friends, but I got cooler war, study pressure, shared bucket. But from all that, it came discipline and growth and a lifelong friendship. So the next time life throws you rimjim, someone you didn't choose, don't run, embrace it. Because life doesn't give you what you want, but what you need. So trust the detour. You might find your unlikely ally, a path you never imagined. Thank you.
Thank you, Bulbul, for that wonderful speech. Thank you for reminding us that sometimes what we don't want, what is not in our plan, is actually God's plan. So take it with grace. Now, coming to the third set of questions, or the riddles, I must say, how the riddles have evolved. Now we are in digital generation. So riddles have also taken form of digital, uh, digital form. Let's see what are those. Yeah. So raise your hands. Very easy one. This is just an example. So you can say the answer. Goldfish. Okay. Yes. Now this is for the goodie. Raise your hands if you know the answer. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Okay. No more raising hands. What is that? I don't want half hands. I want a full hands. Okay. Anmol. Right. Give it, pass it to him. No? Let's go to the second quiz. Guess the word. Wasim. Burger King. Pass, pass, pass on the goodies. The next one. Yes. Handbag. So This is how riddles have changed over for the digital uh, side of riddles. Now, with that, let me call upon the third evaluator of the day, Debsha Patnaik.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I hope I'm audible. Yeah. So today my target speaker Abhishek is attempting his level 2 speech 2 from the pathway presentation mastery. So those who know in the first of level 1 you would have gotten introduced to vocal variety and body language, but here he'll be tested upon using the body language effectively. Yes, the purpose of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as learn, practice and refine how they use non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. With that, all the best, Abhishek.
Let me now call upon the speaker number three, Abhishek Mishra. Discovering Diamonds, Abhishek Mishra.
Thank you. Let's play a quick game. I will play a song and you have to tell what's come to your mind. Okay? Na, 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 na. Okay, so tell me now what comes to your mind after listening to this song. Sorry. Okay. Right, college. So, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and future Toastmasters. So, today I am going to talk about college, or precisely, I am going to talk about the most fun, important, and scary thing in college. That is, any guesses? Exams. So, exam is so scary. Oh, sorry. Exam is so scary that even today, when I think about my college exam, I get the nightmares. And today I'm going to I'm going to tell about my secret. How do I prepare for my examinations? I did my BTech in 2016 from Delhi. And just like an average, hardworking, and dedicated engineering student, I used to study just one night before the exam. I used to study with my friends. My friend Rahul, who is in the black shirt. Hello. My friend Kisle, who is in the t-shirt. Hi. So one day before the exam, we will do preparation about how to do preparation for the exam. Yeah. Yes. We will go and buy tea, sugar, because yes, we too need the energy, because tea is the unofficial energy drink of India. Do you guys agree? Now, after getting the snacks, I will go door to door just to do begging. Yes, begging. Bhai, please note de do, please note de do, from all the students of our class. Now, once I had the notes and the snacks,
I will have the same feeling which Iron Man would have when he say, "Avengers, assemble." Is that Iron Man or Captain America told that line? Any Marvel fan in the room? Okay, let's focus on the story. So, at first, we will distribute the notes which we have got after begging. Rahul, take chapter 2. Kisle, take chapter 3, and teach me when you are done. And this way, our study will start. So, when we start the chapter 1, we will study so seriously that we are going to solve why Katappa killed Bahubali. And our attention is very strong. Just after 15 minutes, it will get shaken. And we will start discussing current affairs like who broke up with whom, or what is the new model or car in the market. After chapter 2, we enter chapter 2. Okay, Rahul, yeah, I am feeling very low. It's like, let's have some tea. Guys, we just started studying. Mishu, don't worry. I will make take tea in 5 minutes. Okay, let's take a 5 minutes break. Now this 5 minutes break turned into a 30 minutes disaster. Guys, we have just started. What we can do now? Rahul. Oh, Mishra, don't worry. We will only take break once we have reached to chapter 3. Although Rahul told this thing, right? But it doesn't mention our speed from moving from chapter 2 to chapter 3 was much slower than what Mangalyaan took from going from Earth to Mars. Now, anyway, we manage and we enter chapter 3. Chapter 3. Yeah, I'm feeling so sleepy. Mishra, don't worry, I haven't hacked. What? He bought his laptop and he played last. No, next slide. He played the Conjuring movie. Okay. So this is a super hack. If you are feeling sleepy, just watch a horror movie and your sleep is gone. And it went with me also. Now we were entering chapter 4 and the fear of exam has started taking over us. Wish. Yar, I wish I could have not bunked Professor Sinha classes. I will prepare the notes 1 month in advance and study myself. Guys, a piece of paper can't decide our future. Okay, let's study. Now it's already 5 in the morning. Uh, yeah, Mishra, I'm feeling sleepy. Mishu, I'm also feeling sleepy. I'm going to take a 30 minutes nap. Okay, you guys sleep. I will wake you up after 30 minutes. Now, truth, smile and sleep is very contagious. And I don't know when I slept, only to be woken up by the curse of Kisle. Mishu, if I get failed, you will only be responsible. But anyway, we managed. We woke up, we get prepared, and went to write the exam. And luckily, we passed, not with very much flying colors. Friends, under pressure, diamond is formed. Similarly, examination is a pressure which transforms a student into diamond. For example, let's imagine at 8 p.m., Vishnu's manager asked him, Vishnu, can you create the PPT for tomorrow meeting? I need it by 8 a.m. Vishnu will not budge. He will not quit under pressure because he had got trained for many years, right? So exams not only prepare for subject, but they prepare for the exams of life. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek, for that wonderful speech, for teaching us how important is unity. Because I do remember in college days, exam preparation was like divide the subject and study. So that is unity in school, in college times. Uh, Now, riddles, as I said, they riddles always help you to improve your cognitive mind. But apart from that, riddles have also been used in for entertainment and social bondings. When you go to any party or when you have any family gathering, riddles are the best way to keep ourselves engaged. We are also using riddles these days in classrooms and also engaging audiences when it comes to Toastmasters or any other meeting. It also has psychological effects like it releases stress and it builds self-esteem. You might have felt how joyful you felt even for a second or a two when you got the answer right? It promotes being present and thoughtfulness. That is the importance of riddles. With that said, we will break for a we will break for the voting. The voting link is there right on the screen. Please log into this link and give your votes. Once you're done, just give me a thumbs up. Welcome back after the break. So let me ask you few questions related to Toastmasters and one random question. What shall I ask first? Related to Toastmasters? Okay, fine. What is the name of the Toastmaster whose name means taste? One, two, three. Who asked you to give the answer? You have to just raise your hands. Okay, the next question. What is the name of the Toastmaster whose name actually resembles a bird? Is actually a name of a bird. Sneha raised the hand first, but since you've already got a goodie, I'm not going to give it to you. Sumit? Yes. Okay. One last question. What can run faster than wind or light? Quickly. What can run faster than wind and light?
Light.
Faster than wind, light, and sound. Okay. Mind. Thank you. So, with that, let me invite the table topic master for today, Vishnu Pradeep.
Good evening, bright hearts, Toastmasters, dear guests. Good evening to all of you. I am Vishnu, your topic master for today. And the purpose of the topic master is to facilitate the table topic session. And in this table topic session, we'll be providing opportunity for our members as well as guests to come on stage and improve their impromptu speech. Please note that the timing of the speech will be 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, timer will raise the green card. At 1 minute, 50 seconds, timer will raise the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, red card. Please note that whoever speaker is coming on stage today here to use the word of the day perplexed. And also make sure that you raise your thumbs up to encourage the speech. One tip, what I wanted to give you as a topic master today, whoever is getting a topic today here, rather than instantly speaking about that, I would recommend you to give a couple of seconds of thought about that speech so that you can have a structure inside your mind and deliver that speech. And coming to that instruction about how it is going to be done, that's going to be wonderful. The first speaker will be a Bright Heart Toastmaster member. From there onwards, we'll move to a guest, and from there on, we'll move on. Please raise your hands. I'll ask the speaker to come onto the stage. When the speaker is coming onto the stage, there are chocolates kept here. Please take your chocolates which you like the most, and then below that, there is an envelope. Envelope is for me, and this chocolate is for you. So once you give me the envelope, what I'll do is like, I'll read out the topic for you. Instructions clear. Thank you so much. Raise of hands. Bright Hearts Toastmasters members. Okay, non-roll takers only, please. Vasim. 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 Vasim, please take one chocolate from there which you really like. Okay. Chocolate is for you. The topic is also for you. Toastmaster Vasim, sometimes the hardest puzzle is understanding yourself. Tell us 2 things that you discovered about yourself. Sometimes the hardest puzzle is understanding yourself. Tell us 2 things you discovered about yourself. Toastmaster Vasim.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
For a long time, I was thinking change is the hardest thing to do. So I tried changing cities. I tried changing companies. But nothing seems to change after some time. I kept wondering what could have gone wrong. I made my moves, but still I couldn't see the results. As I was pondering recently on the same thing, I felt I could change a lot of things over here. But the hardest thing that I find to change is my own mindset. Irrespective of the environment that I go in, at the end of the day, it's just my mindset that stays with me. So it might be a really good environment like the Bright Arts over here. But over the time, if I don't change my mindset, I would still be the same old guy. That was the first thing I would say, which I found really hard to change. The second thing was growing up, I grew up in a very conservative family. We come from an old village, and all the thoughts were aligned to be acceptable by the others. But and during my school days as well, my teachers used to say you should be like a horse with the blinders, just focus on the marks. You just get this 10th grade right, your life is settled. I finished, life didn't get settled. 12th I finished, life didn't get settled. College I finished, life didn't get settled. But one thing I realized was in the pursuit of those specifics, I became so narrow minded. I wasn't looking out for the rest of the opportunities that were there. The second thing that I found recently was that I need to become open minded. To summarize, like I want to be open minded. And then to the first point, like it's my mindset that I want to change. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vasim. That was really a wonderful speech. Definitely, you will be able to change your mindset. And also, we can see that you have changed a lot from where you started your speech and how it actually ended. Great work. Any guest? Yes, Pinak, please. Put your hands together for Pinak. Pinak. Please take a chocolate, Pinak, which you like the most. Mars. Okay. Please give the envelope. Thank you. Pinak. Sometimes the answer is just in front of us. We are just looking too hard. Tell us a moment when simplicity worked for you. Sometimes the answer is just in front of us. We are just looking too hard. Tell us a moment when simplicity worked for you, Pink.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Vishnu. Thanks for the opportunity to speak here. Uh, it's true that sometimes the answer is right in front of you, but we are clouded by our own thoughts, our own judgments of the world around us, and maybe we don't the belief that we have in ourselves as well. So I'll take a simple example where I found this as uh, a simple example to illustrate this. So uh, during COVID, I realized that I had to work out and get in shape that was that I had lost during COVID. So I joined badminton, and that was the first time that I had picked up a racket. And there were many good players that I had to face. First of all, I entered competitive badminton, so that was a big task in itself. And then whenever you face a good player, already you have some perspective about them. You already have some thoughts that okay, he's too good. Maybe I'm not that good. I just started, etc. But over a period of time, I understood that just being in the present, just focusing on the shuttle, just making sure that that particular shot is hit right, was the only thing that mattered. And with this approach, I could enter. So I could enter the semifinals for one of the competitions. So that is one experience where I felt that simplicity and presence present living in the present is pretty important.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Pinak, so much. I think this is the same approach you will take when you are playing against with PV Sindhu also. You will just definitely focus on that one single shot and you will reach the finals. All the best to you. Badminton. PV Sindhu is a famous one, right? That's why. Moving on to the next guest. Next Bright Hearts members, Bhumika. Bhumika, please pick up your kit. Okay. You will take this. Okay. Leave in this. Toastmaster Bhumika, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. What setback became your comeback? Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. What setback became your comeback? Toastmaster Bhumika.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So, just to reconfirm the topic, success is not
Final.
final,
Failure is not fatal.
fatal.
What setback became your comeback?
All right. So, in our lives, we get perplexed with so many things, right? We face so many hardships, so many challenges, And there are times when we think that this is it. We actually give up, not just try to, every time we give up. I have been there in a situation wherein I found myself stuck with certain things. uh, I'll be open with this. So this is a challenge that I've been facing at my workplace. So I always used to get stuck in some of the KRAs that I was supposed to work on. What I used to always do is reach out to people who are more experienced than me and ask for their help every time, like I connect with someone and say that, according to you, I am facing certain challenges. What do you think should be the right approach towards it? If I don't find a solution to that, I question myself. And then the moment I think that, Bhumika, there is no need to go to others and seek for help or, support. Things are within you. You need to just sit at a silent place, reflect upon the situations, and then decide. So this is just an example, but why I gave this example is to connect with a success story that I created for myself. So when I was into this particular situation, could not find any kind of support or any kind of way to get out of it, is when I created a few milestones that if these are the challenges that I'm facing right now, should be broken down into certain milestones. The moment I created those milestones for myself, for example, I'm taking a 3 months time. In 1 month time frame, I'm supposed to achieve one milestone. In the second month, second milestone, and so on. So this is how I broke down my approach towards a problem that I was facing challenges with. After breaking down those milestones, I actually completed my like the KRAs that I was struggling with before. So sorry to make it so lengthy, but coming to like cutting to the chase, when I was struggling with something, the moment I broke down into milestones, that actually led to my success story. And I actually closed a biggest logo based in Paraguay called Paddy Boss, worth of $450,000. So that was my success story that I created by just taking help from myself also. Thank you.
No, definitely you can see. One more. Yeah. Okay. So with this, we will close the table topic session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the speakers.
Thank you, Vishnu, for that wonderful session of topic.
Good job, man. Good job.
You all want one last riddle, but I don't think I have time for it because there's no time left. Just to, before I call upon the general evaluator, I just want to leave the stage with this thought that just like riddles, life often presents us with challenges. That seems confusing at first, but when we pause, think differently, and keep an open mind, the answers will come. Gen- General Evaluator Anmol Rao, the stage is all yours.
Since we are running short of time, I will be heading to the evaluations. I'll call upon the first evaluator for today's speaker, that is Sumit. Can I have the first evaluator come up with Madhav Prasad? Thank you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate Sumit because it takes a bold step to come on the stage and deliver the first speech. Uh, with your icebreaker speech, you have taken us to your journey of your life from your childhood, that growing up in harsh conditions in Patna, to becoming the maths guy of your class, to your memorable and enjoyable college days, to your professional life. According to me, the highlights of your speech were number one, structure. Your speech was very well structured, as I see all the audience were able to follow up, and it didn't left the audience perplexed. Second, humor and personality. I appreciate your use of humor as it added an extra layer of relatability to your speech. And as it was an icebreaker speech, it was a very well reflection of your journey. Third is confidence. The moment you came onto stage, you were very confident. And throughout your speech, your confidence reflected everywhere. And as we know, the biggest room is the room for improvement. Although your speech already has a strong foundation and structure, one another way to make it more engaging is by enhancing your connection with the audience. For instance, you can try to make eye contact with the audience, and you can also include gestures because it helps you to connect with the audience. To conclude, your speech has a great structure, good usage of humor, and you were confident on stage. But with including gestures and making eye contact with the audience, you can take it to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I agree with almost all the points that you made, and it's a very good first time evaluation that you've done. Uh, I'd now like to call upon the second evaluation, Sneha Masalkar.
Good evening once again, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Bulbul. Where should I see? She's there. Okay. So I'm happy to report that in relation to your last speech, you have successfully completed the project objectives. That is, like you did not use a lot of crutch words, and also you used ample voice modulation. So congrats on that. We love being taken through this journey that you had as a college student, and how I think we all have gone through this dilemma where we are searching for a perfect roommate. So I think you did that really well. We could all relate. I have found three key highlights in your speech. Firstly, relatability. I think because of the way you presented your speech with ample anxious expressions and like use of body language, a little like nervous and urgent body language, I think you took us through the dilemma that you were going through in finding the desired roommate. Secondly, the use of humor. I think your comedic timing was spot on, and with use of lot of funny lines like Bollywood college montage, calls during calls like for the Coldplay booking. You you made it very humorous for us, and you used voice modulation and gestures in the right way. Thirdly, you had a very good and strong message for the audience. So I like that you ended really well on a very strong note. You ended with sometimes what you don't want is what you need. So that was a strong message and a good takeaway. Some key areas of recommendations would be use of voice modulations and gestures frequency. So I think you could have used it in a few instances, but you could have increased that frequency in your speech. Secondly, the stance. Uh, like since body language is key and it's part of the objectives of your speech, maybe if you had stood and given this speech, it could have been a little better. And even though it's like an online platform, you could have done a little bit of eye contact where you're looking around, where your gestures are a little more enhanced. That would have added to your speech. So, in summary, I would like to commend you on your relatable story, great body language and voice modulation that added to your comedy, and a strong message. Next, for the next speech, you can probably increase the frequency of voice modulation and have a stronger stance. Thank you.
Sneha, I agree with almost all that you said. In fact, I noticed that he was not standing up as well, and I wanted to make that point. So that's something that you must consider, Bulbul. I would now like to call upon our next evaluator, Depsha Patnaik.
Am I audible? Great. Yes. Exams pressure you not just to perform, but also to prepare you for life. And diamonds, my dear friends, are formed under pressure. Good evening, Toastmasters, and everyone present over here. Great attempt today, and my target speaker, Abhishek, great attempt at speech today. What it reminded me, yes, it reminded me of the perplexing days when I vomited Pythagoras theorem in the exams and still I use it only for cutting cakes and nothing else. So when I come back to your speech, powerful content when you have to attempt effective body language. Yes, a great way to start your speech. And I'm going to divide your evaluation into three parts. Of course, what you excelled at, what you need to work upon, and where you can challenge yourself. So now, when you talk about where you excelled at, again, content was the king here. You attempted usage of props, which was really nice. You used presentation, you also used a jacket to show that there are two people on the stage, which was quite nice attempt there. Coming to the next point, I loved the usage of the song in the beginning and the little dance that you did. It immediately caught the attention of the audience, and everyone were engaged at you, and that was your strength area in the entire speech as well. Third, great attempt at voice modulation as well. For example, Avengers assemble. Oh, I'm feeling sleepy. Great attempt there. But when we come to the points where you need to improve upon, multiple props again. Presentation, shirt, again, shirt getting slipped off. If you would have pinned it up with a safety pin, it would have been much more comfortable. You were getting distracted because of that. On unconscious eye movements, at times your eyes was looking up. It was seeming that you were trying to recall things, and audience were getting little bit disengaged there. So you need to be careful. So use smile, look directly into people, though you might be distracted, but use a smile while you are trying to recall whatever you have remembered. And then side to side movement, those need to be subtle. You were not facing the audience, you were facing sideways. So it could have been 45 degrees and you could have done it a lot better. So if I have to sum it up, you were great at usage of all of the props, but you need to work upon how to use it. So much more usage of videos needs to be done. Watch videos, create your own videos, and then try to improve upon the areas that you need to work upon in terms of your body language. With that, all the best for your next speeches. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tapsha. I kind of agree with what you said in terms of role playing. I did notice that there was a hindrance when you were moving. Probably we turn it into starting it off with role playing and then going into speeches, and you can experiment that way. Another thing that I would like to point out to the audience is that when the song was being played, it was very nice that the audience sang it because there was a problem with the PPT. And I think what we learned today is when you're a champion off stage, you're a champion on stage. So the fact that as an audience everybody noticed it, and it kind of helped you push your speech, and it wasn't awkward for you, and you continue. I think that was very good as an audience as well. Now I'd now like to call upon my general evaluation team. I'll start with the timer, Sangam.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and my dear guests. Uh, Now I'll present the timers report. I am pleased to share that out of six participants, only one disqualification we have, and I'm pleased to share that out of six qualifications, five delivered their speeches correctly and on time, and only one disqualifications. And I'll share the report now. So starting with SSA Mani Kumar, he took 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Presiding officer Akshay Ibrahim, he took 11 minutes and 56 seconds. TMOD, no, that's one. General evaluator, it's not, sorry. Uh, Timer, I forgot to do. Delete. Okay, sorry. For our counter, Gautam Shurseti, 28 seconds. Grammarian Aditya Patnayak, 1 minute 28 seconds. Special role, Special Rogue Alongo, 1 minute 29 seconds. Speaker 1, Sumit Ranjan, 5 minute 18 seconds. Speaker 2, Bulbul Bansal, 6 minute 13 seconds. Speaker 3, Abhishek Mishra, 7 minutes 37 seconds. And coming to table topics speakers, so speaker Wasim took 2 minutes 16 seconds. Pinak took 2 minutes 11 seconds. Bhumika took 3 minutes 4 seconds. And the table topic master Vishnu took 2 minutes 5 seconds. Coming to evaluator section, Madhav Bansal took 1 minute 50 seconds. Sneha took 2 minutes 47 seconds. And Devsha took 3 minutes 11 seconds. Thank you.
This is the first time I took the role. Thank you so much, Sangam. It's the first time you've taken the role of the timer, and you're very confident on stage. You also, you started off very well. Like you were slow, easy, and but that you didn't look like you were underconfident, and that is something that I liked. You could just probably, do it a little more faster, considering you have a set amount of time. That's my only feedback. But I really like the fact that it is the first time you took the role, and you were still confident, and you didn't shy away from anything. So kudos to you on that. I really liked it. Now I'd like to call upon the R counter, Gautam Surishetty.
I'm back with my report. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all these people because they are flawless. Mani, Resident Akshay, Usha, Sumit, Vishnu, Wasim, and Aditya. They are flawless throughout the speech. But yeah. Couple of places. Anmol, you just had couple of R's. Rest others were awesome. And Bulbul has crutch words such as so repeated couple of times. That can be eliminated. And speaker Abhishek, couple of R's and then so as crutch word, and you also used and multiple times. Sneha, couple of R's. Rest others are awesome. Bhumika, you have a tendency to use a couple of times. That can be eliminated. That's all. Last but not the least, Alango, you used so a couple of times throughout your speech. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Thank you so much, Gautam. I really like the fact that you also looked into my this one as and ums. Usually, uh, uh, when people are taking their trainer roles or specific health roles, they do not look into the faults of the general writer, and the fact that you actually took time to actually notice it and say it out loud. I think that's also a correction that I need to do. So thank you on that. Also, one thing that I've been told is while we do tend to say the who took ours and ours. We probably don't take the names out. We only say in general these were the ours and ums that were used by majority of them, and that's something you could probably do in a different way. But next, I'd like to call upon the grammarian Aditya.
Okay. So great speeches from all of you, whoever had come to the stage, and I was really glad to listen to all of you. Let me first divide the evaluation into three parts. First, I'll give an overall summary of what could have been better across all the speeches. Then maybe I'll give you a few highlights across each of the speeches, and then the usage of word of the day. So when it came to overall highlights, what I could understand is every one of us faces this very common problem when to use I versus me. So whenever you're writing a mail or whenever you're sending out a message, you generally tend to say I and the others. You generally get confused between I and others versus me and others. So my recommendation is whenever you are stressing on yourself, you use I and the others. Whenever you are stressing on some other person, let's say, for example, let me give you an example. I and others went to the professor's cabin. Whereas if you're putting a stress on the professor, you're going to say, the professor called out others and me, right? So that is how the usage is supposed to be done. Now, when it comes to overall improvement areas, I think many of us also face the same issue. Uh, and you don't talk about 2 feet, you talk generally about feet because it automatically denotes two. Then there were a couple of things like pondering on, you say pondering upon instead of pondering on. And there was another usage about yet other way, you say yet another way instead of yet other way, right? And so these are the couple of highlights. And the word of the day was used by Bhumika Madhav Depsha. So congratulations. And I would encourage you to keep on using the word of the day in your next sessions as well. So back to you.
Thank you so much, Aditya. You came and you, while I noticed that you came and you gave a small intro at the beginning, and I think that's something I really liked. And you took your own time to, explain out the rules and the word of the day. What I've been told is when the grammarian comes and explains the word of the day very easily, we notice that the audience tends to use it very well, and I think that is something we saw. Only reason why I believe people use the word of the day so much is because you explained the audience very well, and it was in the back of the head. So congrats to you on that. Now I'd like to call upon the special role, Elango Krishnamurthy.
Once again, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. Yeah. So now I'm going to test your uh, listening skills, as well as not only, as I said, your ears with your eyes testing skill as well. So I'm going to act. Maybe I'm not good in the acting or memes. Just I will try. So here I will do some movements, whatever speaker said or he did, the word or whatever things they have said it. Okay. So I will go with few things. So you have to guess which speaker and speaker name. Okay, only the speaker name you have to guess. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Abhishek. No. Any other guesses? Yeah, Bulbul Strains. Yeah. Any guesses? Okay, I'll skip on next one. Yeah. Abhishek, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Abhishek. Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much, Sagar. Yes.
We have Arundhati in the house. Yay! Uh, so thank you so much, Ilango. It was a very creative role. I also like the fact that you were so comfortable with your body language. Usually, when we come on stage, we are not that comfortable and we're fairly shy. How we'll, how people might judge us. I like the fact that you were so comfortable. So that was, and the fact that the audience enjoyed the role. That result is commendable. The result of the role you did. May I know the time that I have left? Cool. So I think we started off at 4-5, but it's fairly fine considering the weather that is today. I would really like to give it up to the SAA because I noticed that every time you're here on time and you ensure you do everything. Yes. So the fact that no matter what the weather is, I mean, you are always well prepared. So that's really amazing. Just a few uh, nitpicks. This again is not only for the essay but for everybody. Considering that uh, this was the stage, I noticed that we could have started off by saying that individuals can enter the stage here and exit because there is. I noticed that there are steps there and that can be used very well. I also noticed that although this was not the planned venue, uh, there were a couple of stones which may somebody may slip and fall. So that is something that we have to just be aware of. Uh, with regards to moving on to the next role, that is the president, I really like the quiz, and especially the message that you gave. Champions off stage is champions on stage. It made me more particular to write down notes and be more attentive, that one as well. Next, the TMOD, Usha Kumari. I really like that you were very stubborn. And I'm telling this in a positive way because you were very particular with the rules. You have to raise your hands. And after that, you don't. Not many people, say the rules or not. Because you see, when you don't say the rules, this audience starts to, everybody raises their hand. There's a little disturbance. And you were very particular with that. So I really like that. I also like the theme. It was very creative. Just a feedback in terms of the sheet. I feel since you had the PPT, I believe that it would be better if you don't use a sheet because you could, when you say the importance of the riddles, you can just use a picture and you can see that and then talk about it because we have a PPT, for us to remember something of it and say. And I believe you could use your, gestures more as well if your arms are free. So the PPT kind of negates the use of sheets, I believe. So that is something you could push yourself probably to do better. I also like the fact that in the middle, you took your time out to, ask riddles and, rather than only using it at the start. Usually, many a times, even when I'm the TMOD, we only engage with the audience at the start and not at the middle. So really good job on that. Just next time, probably you make sure the time that you have so that we don't use more of it. But I really loved the entire theme and the confidence that you had on stage. Second is the table topic master Vishnu. I really like the creativity that you had. You brought a very different concept to it. I feel you could have probably given a more or different topics, because I felt that everybody wants a certain sense of humor to it. This is my personal opinion, because as and when the theme gets more or the topics gets more serious, it also becomes tough as the audience, or if I'm a first time role taker or a guest who is not used to giving table topics, I may wonder what philosophical aspect do I have to say. But if it's an everyday thing, or if it's a very funny aspect, I can use my daily life, and I can try coming up, try saying some things like that, rather than if it's a very philosophical thing. Overall, I really yeah, like the start to the end. With regards to the speakers, uh, Abhishek, I just felt like you could have elaborated more on the conclusion, because we usually tend to say exams, they don't really prepare you for the world. How did that shape you as a diamond? I felt you could have elaborated more on that. Overall, yeah, I really love like the entire theme from the start to the end. I'll now pass it on to the TM, to the president, Akshay.
Thank you, Anmol. Requesting everyone to please vote. The voting link is bit.ly/BHTM vote 2. bit.ly/BHTM vote 2. Please vote for your best role taker. Oh, God. Guys, please vote. Don't look here. Please vote for your best role taker, your best speech evaluator, your best table topic speaker, and the best auxiliary role taker. Please also drop your feedback for the meeting. What do you think went well, and what do you think we can do better next time? Mani, could you open up the, oh, sorry. Do not disqualification. After PQ. You know the time is. How many people have finished voting? Great. I see a couple more still there. We have about 22, 3 odd folks people. So let's get at least 22 votes in. Okay. What? Vishnu, you want to come join me? Everyone's done voting? Anyone still voting? Everyone's done. Perfect. Thank you so much, Mani, for the music. What was the thought process? What is the most inappropriate song I can play? Random. I do see we have a guest in the house, and I know you had a table topics as well. Pilak, Pilak. Pilak, why don't you come on stage one more time and in just a short span of 30 seconds, quickly tell us who you are and how did you find out about Bright Hearts and why you're here. Let's hear it for Pilak. Pilak, 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 pa, pa, pa. Pilak, 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 pa, pa, pa. There you go. I didn't have a mic all this time. Oh, I did?
Yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone. So first, let me introduce myself. I'm Pinak. I'm born and brought up in Pune, and I shifted to Bangalore right when your club started. So it was 1st September of last year. That's when I moved here. And one thing that I really liked about everyone is that everyone was very warm and welcoming. Uh, I didn't feel like a stranger sitting here. I immediately got engrossed in all the topics that you had. Probably my speech was not as good as I'm talking right now, but thanks to your inputs, I'm improving. And overall, it was a fantastic experience. I won't take much of your time because I don't want any red cards, yellow cards, or anything. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Pilak. What was that? You said you came in September at the beginning of? Yeah, when everyone answers, I can't hear anything. So, Anmol, what was it? September 1st, which year? Oh, okay. Just 8 months. Okay, lovely, lovely. Thank you so much. Has anyone ever sung your name the way I did? Pilak, 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 Pilak. Pa, pa, pa. It's Pilak. Pinak. I'm so sorry. Pinak, 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 pa, pa, pa. Thank you very much, Pinak. All right, let's quickly get into, I think we still have the results being processed. How did you all enjoy the meeting today? Nice. Very interesting. Great table topic section. Once again, let's hear it for Vishnu for the creative table topic section. There were many giggles in a meeting titled Riddles and Giggles, and those giggles were thanks to the riddles from our riddle master, Usha Kumari. So let's hear it for her once more. And of course, no meeting is complete without good constructive feedback. And let's hear it for our GE Anmol for the wonderful job he did there. Today was one of those days where the weather did play a little bit of a spoil sport. So some of us did get in a little late. Though, note to all members, when you're reaching late, what do? We inform on the WhatsApp group. Remember, communication doesn't come on this stage. Communication comes from the small things. Be transparent. If you feel you're 5 minutes late, just drop a text so that neither Arundhati or I are confused about your whereabouts. Okay, what else? I think we have the results ready. Lovely. Thank you so much, Mani, for the rocks. First of all, how many times I've kicked those? Coming next to the awards, starting with the best auxiliary role player. I'm so happy because I get to announce this. The best auxiliary role player is Brightheart Elingo. Best table topic speaker for meeting 32 of Bright Heart Toastmasters is Toastmaster Wasim Fadil. Wasim, every time you come on the stage, you find ways to improve, get better. Today, I noticed that your table topics was very, very articulate in terms of the clean structure, very polished, right? And I think because you were at Crescendo, you got to see all the district table topics finalists, I could immediately tell you picked up a lesson or two from there because the polish you brought back from that conference is immediately evident. Well deserved. Let's hear it for Wasim once again. The best evaluator for meeting number 32 is Toastmaster Devsha Patnaik. Devsha, today you bought the flair of someone who has been a member of this fraternity for a while. The moment you came on stage, it's very evident you know how to go about an evaluation. And the feedback points that you gave for your speaker, Abhishek, whether it was the t-shirt, whether it was anything else, was very articulate. Very well done. Really looking forward to you not just delivering more evaluations, but having the members maybe pick up a lesson or two from you, because that's the kind of wisdom a club as new and nascent as Bright Hearts could use every single week. Congratulations. Let's hear for Devcha once more. I believe she is not in the room, but I will call out this award next. The best speaker for meeting number 32 is Toastmaster Bulbul Bansal. Absolute props to Bulbul. Bulbul had to go through a lot to just make it for this meeting online. Definitely, it wasn't an easy task for her, but the fact that she delivered that speech with such grit and went through with it was definitely something I could learn from, and we could all learn from. And let's now go next to the best role player. The best role player for meeting number 32 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters is Bright Heart Vishnu Pradeep. Vishnu, just natural charisma. Every time you get on the stage, you ooze it. If you need something to be sold, whether it's a product, a concept, or an idea, just bring this man on stage. The command you have, the vocal clarity, the volume, especially in a in a venue as big as this, it was so engaging. That coupled with the creative table topics that he brought in and all the chocolates that my members generously gave to me. Thank you, Bhumika, and thank you, Wasim, for that. Really made for a very engaging table topic section. Despite having it cut short so much, you really made the most of your time. Let's hear it for Vishnu one more time. And can I have everyone come on stage for a quick group photo? Okay. Abhishek, do you want my phone? Right. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we did start SAA. Remind me, what time did we start? 4:03? 4:05. Okay, I am going to take time till at least 6:33. But may I request our Vice President of Education, Arundhati, to come on stage for a quick overview of what happened at Crescendo, requesting Mani to please open the slides on Canva titled Crescendo 2025. Let's hear it for the lovely, distinguished Toastmaster Arundhati Basu. Welcome, Arundhati. How are you doing?
Very well.
So for those of you who may be unaware of the context of the picture that was shared today, how many of you saw the picture with Arundhati in it? Right? Okay. So she was hosting a panel discussion today at Coronation. Coronation is the annual district conference conducted by District 92. So we are part of District 121, which is all of Kerala and South Karnataka. District 92 is all of North Karnataka. So their annual conference happened today, and she, being the distinguished Toastmaster that she is across regions, was invited to be a panel moderator with a host of esteemed guests there to moderate, I would say. How was your experience today, Arundhati?
Brilliant. We had a great set of panelists, very experienced, very rich experiences, lovely hosting.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Mani, could we open the Canva slides as well? And while he's opening the slides, what did you miss most from Bright Hearts? As you were doing that panel discussion and looking at the audience, who did you think about saying, oh man, that person was there, the warmth and energy I would get would be insane. So who was that one person?
Sneha.
Sneha.
think one person I was missing in the audience thinking that, oh, if this person was here, like in autocorrect, my random audition would instantly correct it. That face was not right. That question was not right. It was surely Akshay.
Okay. I was actually thinking Vishnu. Don't you all feel like Vishnu is the best cheerleader to have when you do any role? That was the answer I was waiting for. Great. Okay, I think the slides are open. Let's quickly summarize. So, Arundhati, how would you summarize Crescendo 2025? Okay, I'm shirtless, guys. We get it. Jeez.
I'm actually there.
Huh, but you can summarize. Okay, so Crescendo was great. I think it was a very memorable experience in terms of conferences. Is it too distracting? What do you want me to do? Change? So Crescendo was a very memorable experience in terms of the sun, the sands, the beaches, and also the public speaking and all the panel discussions, wonderful contests as well. But let's switch to the next slide now. And Arundhati, you can tell us a little bit more.
I think Akshay is very overdressed today. But that's okay. But Crescendo, I think firstly was great learning. I think anybody who attended Crescendo this time would that there were takeaways, lots to hear. We had world champion of public speaking coming and speaking, telling very practical things. We witnessed three amazing contests. Of course, Akshay being part of ISC and evaluation, and yeah, from HSR being part of table topic. There was something we were looking forward to. What stood out to me and Crescendo, and for everybody who missed, you really missed it, is the whole connectivity and camaraderie of Bright Hearts as a whole. The way this being such a new club, I think everybody by the time we left Crescendo knew Bright Hearts. That's the impression that this group created of being together, of really connecting, cheering for everyone that went on stage, whether they were from Bright Hearts or not. I think Bright Hearts left a permanent impression and we created memories that we're going to cherish for very long to come. I know he's looking at me to like a cue card that he can stop speaking, but I have to tell this that Akshay's ISC speech was one of the most satisfying speeches that I have heard in my journey in Toastmasters so far. I witnessed two district conferences every year, 121 and 92. But I'd say it was one of the best ISC speeches I have heard. One of his best as well, even though he was last year's district champion. This year's has a special memory for me. He was so good, so good. All of us sitting on that table went for a bit like, we feel so proud he's from Bright House. So I think that is very, very good. A lot of awards for us, which I think Akshay will cover. We got quite a few awards being a new club. Of course, two district titles. Thanks to Akshay, he had a podium finish in both, the only contestant to do so. So I would say Crescendo for me this year was so, so special, and thanks to Bright.
Thank you. Yes, I am very talented, but no, thank you. You didn't have to go through that much. We will go through a detailed presentation about the specifics of the awards. I did tell them in the beginning of the meeting to learn about these different awards, which are now all collapsed behind. But I will end with this because I am cognizant of time. And if we can move to the next slide. This was a moment when all of the Bright Hearts, the 10 of us, went on stage to collect all of the awards you see here today. And it was a very wonderful moment, personally for me. Not because of the awards we got, not because of the fact that these 10 folks are part of a charter club, and yet we were one of the highest number of registrants in terms of the club. The reason this was special for me was because our VP Ed Thank you very much. On that note, I declare meeting number 32 closed. Requesting the Sergeant at Arms to stop the recording and requesting everyone to come up front.